Well, just to be in the arena itself, I mean, just to be in that that vicinity, in that area, Madison Square Garden is already an honor itself. I mean, the history that it goes to. But at this point in time, it's more of just focusing more on the opponent and defeating my opponent rather than focusing on the crowd and everybody and just how everything else around me is going. We just mainly want to focus on how hard we work and how ready we are for this fight.
But it is important to you to establish yourself on the East Coast as well, isn't it?
Well, with HBO showing the fight around the world and in nationwide, I mean, it helps a lot, for my name to be out there, for my talent to be seen by people all around the world and in the nation. But it helps out to just venture out in the East Coast and fight and see. I mean, just doing the workout out here, there was a lot of fans when I did my public workout. A lot of boxing community, Latino fans, and as well as Filipino fans. I mean, there was a lot of Filipino crowds that came by, and it's always good to present myself in this time for them to see me in person rather than see me on TV. And it was a great opportunity, and I thank Top Rank and HBO for that opportunity.
How much do you know about your opponent?
Well, I mean, aside from who he has been, I mean, he's been a world champion since I've been a world champion, or even before. He's had a lot of amateur history. He's been really good. I mean, he's been he hasn't lost in so many years. And he's still undefeated, and that's the biggest challenge that we have is giving him his first defeat. But aside from how he fights and stuff like that, my guy Robert Garcia, my trainer, he's working on dissecting his style. But with me, it's more of what he presents in front of me is what advantage I can take and go from there and set up a plan and a trap for him. That's usually the type of fighter that I am. I'm a strategist in that ring. So whatever he gives me in that first round, if we can end it as early as the first round or as late as the 12th round, we're always ready for anything.
Do you feel pressure to have to make a big statement and to have to look really good because it is your first fight on the East Coast?
Well, it's just more of just defeating Narvaez. I mean, we want to look spectacular because one thing that when I started to be where I'm at is because I accepted that boxing, as much as it's a sport, as much as it's an art for me, but it's also an entertainment. You gotta entertain the people, and that's one thing that I have in my head is that I gotta look spectacular. I've did it with Sodorenko, I did it with Montiel. I just want to keep that streak going so that they'll know more of Nonito Donaire.
In your two big fights, Darchinian and Montiel, you scored both knockouts with counter left hooks. Is that your punch? Is that something that was opportunistic, or is that something that you do, that you've been practicing on, that you've been training for?
Well, I trained that hook for a long time. I mean, we've known to train that hook for Darchin because he was open with that, as well as Montiel. That's what we planned out. I mean, you can ask all my guys in the corner. I planned everything that I was into that ring. Before, I've told everyone in the second round I was going to knock him out because I have him here, I got him here, I got him here. I kind of planned it out for the guys and I explained it exactly as how it happened or close to it. I mean, Robert can tell you everything, how I explained it and how the fight was going to end. But I mean, for this fight, we just mainly focus on being in top shape. I think that that's being off the ring for a while. I think that we needed to get in the best possible shape, and that's what the focus for this fight is, to be in the best possible shape.
Do you see similar opportunities against Narvaez?
Well, Narvaez he's a tricky fighter. He's a tricky fighter. He's a veteran, and the thing is, if Montiel was open with that right, I would have taken him out with the right. That was our first thing with Montiel, was to counter him with the right, but he was more difficult to do it, so we focused it on the left side. But with Narvaez, if he gives me that opportunity with the left hook or even with the straight, we'll take him out with it. I mean, the thing about me is that if you make a mistake in front of me, I'll make you pay for it, and that's the same thing that goes with Narvaez. If I make a mistake and I try to just not make mistakes in there, I mean, it's hard, but at least minor mistakes is fine, but not in a big mistake where he can counter me and you know, and take advantage of the situation.
What do you see in his style that maybe you could take advantage of just from watching tape and watching his
Well,
tendencies?
I didn't really watch his tape, you know. One thing that I looked at is the way he stands, and I believe that I can take a lot of advantage of the way he stands. But then again, it's also tricky, you know. You never really know. I mean, the guy's been fighting for forever. The guy's 36 years old, and he's still undefeated, and that's the biggest thing. I mean, he's a legend in Argentina. You know, he's defended his title more than, I think, 12 times. Was it 12 times? So you know what credibility this guy has inside that ring, and that's one thing that we don't want to overlook, just because he's shorter than I am. Being short is also a lot trickier than the guys who's right in front of me or the same height, you know. So that's one thing that we never want to look past is his ability to know how to change the weather.
How does he stand? Is he more flat-footed, or just is he squared up more when you?
He's pretty square up, you know. It's his back foot that I look at, his front foot that I look at where it's pointing, and because where it is wherever his back foot is pointing is where I can be on the opposite side or directly in front of where I can take advantage of. But that would rely mostly on my speed, you know, and whatever he has. I mean, like I said, I have the height advantage, the speed advantage, and the power advantage. But you know, sometimes it only takes one skill to defeat another. You know, like with me, I believe that timing can defeat speed anytime. You know, I believe power can be nullified by speed. So there's just goes around in that circle, and I try to get my talent and prepare myself in the balance of power, speed, and stamina, so that I don't have to worry about anything, you know. But whatever he gives at me, I'm ready for it.
There was a big fight on Saturday with Hopkins and Dawson, and that fight, you know, ended kind of ugly, where Dawson threw Hopkins to the floor. I mean, you know, after what happened there in that big fight, do you feel like maybe you want to give the fans a good performance just because of what they didn't get?
Well, they were always the thing that I can, you know, I feel blessed with the situation that I have, the life that I have, and I'm always thankful for my fans for being there, supporting me, and praying for me. And the least that I can do is perform. You know, there's no doubt in my mind that I'm ready, and I'm gonna try to perform the best possible way. But it takes two to tango. You know, so we need a participation from Narvaez, but I think that he is willing because he represents his country of Argentina, and he is a legend of Argentina, but he's facing somebody in a different world right now, and you know, that's what we're gonna try to give him is the best of what he has and against the best of what I have.
Can you talk about your family support and how important that is to you?
It's great importance for me to have my family, my wife, and her family, and just everyone, the supporter, my whole fan base. I mean, it's all a blessing to me, and that's why I fight the way I fight, and that's why I train the way I train, because I'm thankful for every situation, for every time that they take pictures of me, that I give autographs to them. I'm blessed with the life that I have because I never thought that I'd be here.